everyone, and welcome back to the CayVin Universe Podcast. Thank you for hanging out with us again tonight. And if you're new to the show, I was going to say tonight and today at the same time. That was weird. But if you're new to the show, welcome. My name is Vinny.
And I am Caylin. Today we're going to be doing some this, that, or something. Real reactions, of course. And then we have our new segment, if you missed last week, Rant of the Week.
Yes, and if you can't tell, we're feeling pretty good right now.
Oh, yeah.
We just had a whole 15-20 minute conversation before we even started recording. So check that out on Patreon, pre-podcast shenanigans. Check that out on Patreon for $1 a month, people. Cheaper than anything you can get in today's inflation-ridden world.
A freaking dollar.
Yeah, and I know you wanted to bring something up. For the record, we don't always get this freaking plastered every day, people. We're not alcoholics. But for the podcast day, we like to feel good. We like to, to wind down, loosen up a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
It's nothing bad. We freaking love it, but literally we parent all week. And so when it comes down to the one day of the week when we can drink and have a good time and enjoy each other's company and freaking record a podcast.
We're amazing. Blasting music. You're over there listening to The Weeknd, Olivia Rodrigo. I'm over here listening to my metal music, and we're both just in our AirPods in our own worlds. So it's just kind of partying together, but kind of separately at the same time.
Yeah.
I love these days. I love these days. I look forward to these days.
Me too.
So you want to go ahead and get right into it?
Yeah, we can start with this or that or something.
Like you said, you got this or that. This, that, or something.
We have the giggles. So.
Yes. Go ahead and say the first one.
Okay, so starting off with red wine, white wine, or sangria.
Now, I personally like red wine in all ways. I feel like it's better for you. I feel like it gets you, kind of where you want to be quicker. I feel like it's stronger. I do like bitter taste. For some reason, with coffee, I love black coffee and I love red wine. So maybe
I feel like you would like Chardonnay.
What Chardonnay?
The Chardonnay is basically when people say a mimosa,
right.
Orange juice and wine. It's normally paired with Chardonnay.
Oh, okay. I've had a lot of mimosas. You ever been to Grimati's?
No. Oh wait, I went with you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Grimati's, the pizza place.
Yeah.
I love their mimosas because they'll literally fill it all up with the wine and they'll put a little dab of orange juice. That's how a mimosa is supposed to be made.
Yes.
But I was gonna say, but for the sake of togetherness, sangria. Right.
Yes,
right,
because
that's something we can both enjoy.
I specifically remember a night where we were it was again one of these nights where it's probably back then. If you've been following the podcast for a while, especially when our baby was first born, we did miss a few weeks, right?
Hold on, real quick. We put these mic stands back on to not have any mic interruptions. Motion? And you still hit it.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, but what I was trying to say is literally when our baby was first born, there were nights when we would there would be days when we would be I just need a drink, and then there would be nights where we would actually drink, and there was one specific where we got super feeling good on sangria, and it was just a really good night. You know what I mean? Just talking and catching up.
We literally talked for hours that night. That was such a good night.
It's literally such a memorable night for us.
Because honestly, we're both kind of happy drunks. I mean, I don't want to say, like I said, we're not alcoholics or anything, but when I drink, that's the only time I kind of feel normal.
Exactly.
It's weird.
Yes, it's really
Maybe
weird.
Maybe it just goes to attest to how depressed we really are.
But I mean, especially like I said, we literally parent throughout the week, and it's if you have a baby, you get it,
Yeah, well, I don't want to say with that, literally our baby is the brightest part of our day.
Yes. But of course, we get stressed, we get, and so to literally look forward to a day where we can just focus on each other, because before, true. Of course, going back to what you said, I feel we have to keep saying this, but our baby is literally the most perfect thing.
Oh yeah.
But
I miss her when she's asleep.
When she's asleep, exactly. Yeah. See, I know you, but literally before it was just me and you. So it's good to have a night of just me and you.
Going back to basics, basically.
Yes. Yeah. I say a night because literally she's our day. She's our day and she's our night 6 times out of the week. But if we can have one night where it's just us, that's just amazing to me.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Definitely.
Yeah. With that being said, let's move on to number 2 because we went deep. We went deep into number 1.
We really did. I literally for a second tried to remember, did we start this podcast?
Are we still like on the pre-podcast shenanigans? Patreon.com/CayVin people.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift versus Olivia Rodrigo versus Billie Eilish.
I think you can guess this for me.
Not Billie Eilish. Are those pictures real? They're Billie Eilish and get big titties. Are those real? Is she like? I thought Billie Eilish was all about like not revealing herself.
So I think she realized that gets old. Like, people don't care, like, because at first she would wear, like, super, like, loose clothing, and, like, you would think, like, or she would actually come out and say, not you would think, she would come out and say, like, it's because I don't want people to know what I really look like, but it's like, you're fake, because, like,
as soon as Olivia Rodrigo and them, and Taylor Swift is, Taylor's version started coming out. She's like, well, I need to do something to make myself relevant again.
Basically, because to answer your question, Billie Eilish, those photos, not real.
It's all AI or what?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. People will, like, literally, like, embellish, like,
Photoshop.
her titties or, like, her ass or something. But, yeah. Unfortunately, sorry for you. That those photos of Billie Eilish are not real.
I mean, like, I don't get off on them or anything. I'm just like, Jesus. Like, when I'm scrolling, I'm like, Jesus, is that real?
It's different because, like, going back to what I said, like, Billie Eilish would always dress, like, in super loose clothing. And I have a hiccup, sorry. Her motto would always be, like, I'm going to wear loose clothing because I don't want nobody to know, like, what my body looks like. But, yeah, that's not real. Right. But I think you can guess what my choice would be.
Olivia Rodrigo?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah, I'm a Olivia Rodrigo stan.
I'm going to say Billie Eilish because Taylor Swift looks like and makes music for girls that give teethy head. So, that's all I'm going to say.
That's pretty 100% accurate. I actually saw something on Taylor Swift that basically said that, like, she makes music for, like, or basically, like, the way that she makes music is for people who, like...
But you love Taylor Swift.
I know, but I love Olivia Rodrigo more than Taylor Swift. So that should say something. But the Taylor Swift music basically, like, is music for girls who think it's, like, okay to, like... I can't think of it, but basically, that, like, Taylor Swift comes out with new music, like, when she breaks up with the dude.
Oh, yeah.
You know
like I said, the Taylor's...
So it's literally, like, she makes music for clout.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying.
And like I said, the diehard Taylor Swift fans are going to be the ones that are going to end up being 40 years old and still single. And they're going to be like, why haven't I ever found a guy that ever loved me? Why haven't I ever found a good guy? Because you're listening to Taylor Swift and your standards are too high. Like, you're not Taylor Swift. Lower your standards and maybe, like, you're over here expecting these 10s. Maybe you accept a freaking 3 or something. He will be a 10 at heart and he'll treat you like you want to be treated. Mm-hmm. But no, these girls, they want,
they just want perfection.
They want their cake and eat it too. Mm-hmm. But sometimes you gotta get an ugly guy like me that's gonna treat you like you're their world, like I treat you.
No, you're not ugly and you do treat me like your world, okay?
Root beer versus ginger ale versus cream soda.
Cream soda, all the way.
Ginger ale is good when you're sick. I'm going to say root beer.
Yeah, but you're not sick all
root
the time.
Root beer. You remember that SpongeBob episode? When
no.
Plankton, all the Plankton's family comes in and he's like, I'll give y'all root beer. And they're like, root beer?
When there's like a hillbilly Plankton? I know exactly
yes, the hillbilly
what
Plankton.
About.
They're like, a root beer?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So I'm going to say root beer.
We just got Paramount, so we should go back and watch some of our favorite SpongeBob episodes.
When she, gets conscious, she's going to watch SpongeBob.
Oh, our little baby.
Yeah.
But, okay, yeah, so we both agree. Or no, we don't both agree. Cream soda, root beer. Okay, so next one, grilled, fried, or steamed?
Well, first of all, we have to realize that we do have listeners from other countries. Mm-hmm. Thank you, especially India.
Yeah.
UK, Germany. We have listeners from other countries, and you gotta understand, people. We're Americans, and as Americans, we love stuff fried. So I'm gonna say fried.
That's funny that you say that because I'm gonna say grilled.
Ooh, interesting. Well, I was gonna say on the contrary, Texan. Because we're. Oh, bless you.
Jesus, that was a.
Bless you. Bless you.
I'm done.
Jesus, are you done there?
Yes.
After 3 bless yous, then it's like, okay, shut the up. I'm just kidding. You ever seen that?
Literally.
Yeah. I think there was well, actually it wasn't a meme. That's like something I said in high school. But anyway, what were you saying?
That it's funny that you say that because I'm gonna say grilled.
Oh, okay.
Because
go ahead and say your thing,
yeah,
and I'll say
I
what
gotta
I was
explain
say.
myself.
Yeah.
So when I was pregnant, I couldn't stand the thought of anything fried.
Mm-hmm.
Like, your dad would bring like fried chicken from town, and I'd be like, no thanks. So I think I'm just gonna stick with that because I feel like for all the women out there, I feel like when you're pregnant, like those are your like inner thoughts. Like you have like your you like things a certain way, but when you're pregnant, like you know what you want. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm just gonna stick with fried. Reason being because now that I'm not pregnant, I still don't really like burgers. You know what I mean? I'm still kind of weird with that. But fried, I'm gonna say no go. I'm gonna say grilled.
Okay.
What were you saying?
Yeah, because my dad loves his fried chicken. Do we even talk about my dad on this podcast? Do people even know?
Do people know that you have a dad?
Well, yeah. For those that don't know, my dad is next door on our
Right
land, and he lives next door, and we take care of him, make sure he has what he needs. But he loves his fried chicken, so I don't know. I like fried too.
Maybe he gets fried chicken about once a month.
Yeah. So I would say fried, but like I said, I was gonna say on the contrary, we're American, like we said, we love fried, but on the contrary, we're Texans, so Texans tend to love things more grilled. There was times where like when I was in DECA in high school, like DECA's like a business competition, we would actually win and go to like international of these like presentations and stuff. Mm-hmm. And when you go to international competition, it would be like somewhere like in Florida or Salt Lake City, Utah. We'd meet people from other countries like China. We'd meet people from Germany. We'd meet people from the United Kingdom, and they would say like, "Oh, where you from?" We wouldn't even say like we're American. We'd be like, no, we're Texan.
Yeah,
we're from Texas.
I feel like
no matter
Texan
what,
is like their own thing.
Right, exactly. Because like I said, we meet someone from freaking Japan and be like, oh, we're Texan. And they'll be like, oh yes, Texas. I know Austin, 6th Street. Like literally, no matter what country they're from, they'll be like, oh, Texas, Austin, 6th Street.
Like genuinely, let me say this on the podcast now because this is something I've been meaning to tell you like off camera, but now is the perfect time. So we are about to venture on our first out of state together, trip, and we're gonna go to California, and I'm genuinely afraid, like, if we have interactions with other Californians, like, to say y'all, because like I've known that like y'all is not a thing.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say y'all, and they will like immediately say like, "Oh, you're from Texas."
That's so crazy that I said y'all. I'm in this Clash of Clans for anyone who still plays. I mean, there's a lot of people that still play Clash of Clans, but Clash of Clans is like an investment game. Like I've literally played Clash of Clans since 2013. But I'm in this clan where a lot of people are from Canada in this clan and Clash of Clans. And I said y'all one time, and they freaked the out.
No.
Yes, and
why
I was
did
like,
you not tell me this?
Yes, they were like literally like, what is y'all?
What
like somebody
y'all
actually
mean?
put in the comments, somebody put y'all question mark, and I was like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm from Texas. I'm from South America, and they're like, oh yeah, most people in this clan are from Canada. So then I started typing it like, hey buddy, hey pal, hey
North
guy,
America.
or not America. I'm sorry.
You said
American.
South America.
what?
I was like, are you from Brazil?
I'm the Brazil nut.
No, yeah, you should call everybody buddy on there though.
Be like, hey buddy.
Hey,
Be like,
guy.
I speak Canadian too. Like, hey guy, I'm not your buddy, pal.
Like
I'm not your guy, friend.
Like that episode of South Park where like he's literally at the airport, or the special, right? The COVID special, where he's literally at the airport. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, we don't have anybody that speaks Canadian. Let me get you, like, I don't speak Canadian. Let me get you someone. He comes and he's like, hey, where you headed, buddy guy?
Where you headed, buddy friend, buddy guy?
It's hilarious.
Oh God, we are we lost all our listeners by now.
We need to move on.
Yes, if you're still listening, make sure you let us know you made it past this part, because I would think we lost all our listeners by now.
And for future reference, I'm sorry because I keep hitting the mic. I think what it is
we literally did that so we don't make mic noise, because every last episode we're all like shaking the mic.
I think what it is like I'm so like,
Oh my God.
Okay.
Grill or home cooked versus takeout versus frozen pre-made. Hey, there's sometimes like college. When I was in college, I lived off of TV dinners.
Yeah.
I lived off of banquet meals. I'd make sandwiches
Hungry
out of banquet
Man's?
meals. Oh my God. Yes. When I was in college, I lived off of the chicken strip Hungry Man meal.
Yeah.
Came with chicken strips, came with mashed potatoes, it came with Came with
Yeah.
a brownie.
Uh-huh.
I lived off of that in college, and I also lived off of bologna sandwiches in college. But
Yeah.
I would say home cooked
I'm
because
gonna say home cooked.
yes, because my mom's cooking growing up was amazing, and your cooking now is amazing. So I'll say home cooked.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same thing.
Nice.
So next, cheesecake versus pie, or cake.
Ooh,
Just regular
Speaking
cake.
of my mom loved cheesecake.
Yeah.
But that's hard. What are you gonna say?
I'm gonna say cheesecake. Cheesecake, as long as it has strawberries, people. As long as it has strawberries.
Oh man, that's hard. I'm gonna say cake because cake you can get regular cake, you can get ice cream cake, you can get cookie cake. I'm gonna say cake.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Really good one. PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App?
I would say Cash App, but not after this last week's debacle.
You know what? You can freaking bleep this. Cash App.
Jesus, that was loud.
Sorry.
No, but yeah, if you have Cash App or you regularly use Cash App, you know this past week they had some kind of system failure or something went down or whatever. You know, we used to have Chime, and that happened to Chime, and I think somebody ended up giving suing them in a class action lawsuit. So Cash App may be sued in their own class action lawsuit because when you literally have people that are getting direct deposit, that are getting their paychecks on Cash App, and you don't, and they can't have access to their money that they fucking made because your system's not where it should be.
Yeah, you're
you know
literally
what I mean?
withholding money from your customers, and that's 100% like unacceptable.
With that being said, you know, we've all been there. We've all been broke. There was one time where I had Venmo in college, and I somehow managed to transfer $500 to my bank account with Venmo, and my Venmo account went negative. So I don't think I could ever use Venmo.
Interesting. I used to use Venmo at one point in my life, but only for a short period of time. And then PayPal, I recently started using PayPal again, and I've noticed, they're pretty legit. And if you, if you get screwed over in a way, they'll, help you out. I'd say PayPal.
Yeah, PayPal.
Yeah.
PayPal is good go-to.
Just bring food on the podcast. Can you address why I have sunglasses on?
What, the fact that we the camera stopped and we took 2 hours
a little intermission.
We took a 2-hour intermission just talking and chilling and eating.
Where did we leave off actually?
Candy.
Gummy or chocolate or sour? That's a good one.
Depends on my mood.
Honestly.
I would say, damn, that's hard. Because isn't gummy sour the same thing?
No, I knew you were going to say that.
Why?
Because sour is its own type. If you think about it. Because you can get regular gummy stuff, like gummy bears. That's not
regular
sour.
Gummy bear. Shout out, Rudy loves his gummy bears.
Yeah. But I'm going to say sour because I'm really a fiend for sour Skittles and sour what are those strips called?
The Airhead strips?
Strips? Yeah, sour strips.
I don't know. I feel like I would say chocolate because I'm naturally a fat boy at heart. I mean, hence eating on the podcast. I love me some chocolate covered pretzels.
Yeah, chocolate covered pretzels.
Because I also love salty snacks, so I'll say chocolate.
Yeah, nice. So the next one's gonna be basically on superstitions, I guess you'd say. So black cat, broken mirror, or swept feet. That's a good one.
I grew up in a household that was very strong on superstitions. But I feel like some cases reverse superstitions. Because my dad loves the number 13 and my mom loved black cats. So I'll say black cat.
Yeah. I'm going to say black cat too because that's the only one out of these three options that I actually truly believe in. If I'm driving down the road and I see a black cat and I'm talking to it from afar, I'm please do not cross the road.
Oh, I mean, I thought you felt which one's better. We have black cats.
Right. No, but I'm saying superstition. You ever heard on Friday the 13th?
But that's what I mean. Reverse superstitions. If I see a black cat, I'm oh, that's good luck. If I see the number 13 or something with the number 13, I'm oh, that's good luck.
See, we're talking about
good my family was reverse superstitions. You know what I mean?
Okay, I see what you mean. I'm still gonna say black cat because we have black cat. So if we're talking good wise.
But bad wise, swept feet. That's the main one where I'm you do not sweep somebody's feet. I think I did that to yours one time and I was oh my God.
No, okay. I added sweat feet because I know, like, 100%, like, you don't like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know that. But so talking bad, I'm going to still say black cat because literally, like, there have been times, like, if, especially, like, I've always heard on Friday the 13th, if you're driving down the road and, like, a black cat crosses you on the road, like, you're fucked.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry. You got, like, jizz on your glasses or something.
Oh, shit. But,
okay.
Yeah, black cat, good and bad.
Nice.
Yeah.
And our main event, the title of this episode, The Office versus Parks and Rec versus Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Well, first of all, I think they all have, like, you know, they all have a relation as far as to, like, the same, like, co-creators or the same company, like Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that Fremulon is the same as Parks and Recs. And I think, was it Greg Daniels or the other guy that took part in Parks and Recs and The Office? Mose.
Yeah, Greg Daniels.
Oh, okay.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Oh, can I have that?
Go ahead. No, I give it so you can have the rest.
No, the water.
Oh. Where's your water?
I don't know. I lost it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, Greg Daniels took part in Parks and Recs and The Office.
Oh,
right?
okay, yeah. He was even in had a little cameo in Parks and Rec.
Yeah, he has cameos in everything. Like, he was Mose in The Office, and then
but see,
he had
Mose
the
is not
cameo
Greg
in
Daniels.
Parks.
That's the other guy.
Oh.
What's the other guy?
Michael Schur.
Michael Schur. That's Mose.
Yes.
And he was in Parks and Rec. So
Yes.
that's what I mean. Yeah.
It was like when they went to, like, Italy or London or something, and he was, like, sitting, like, next to them while they were at, like, a restaurant or something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what would be your choice? This is the hard one because we love The Office, and like we were just talking about Parks and Recs. I don't know if we talked about it on this podcast or we talked about it on the Patreon before this podcast, but Parks and Recs is synonymous. How do you even say that word?
I don't even know.
For when Delilah was born, that
Yeah,
we
our
actually,
daughter.
when we were in the hospital and stuff,
We started watching Parks.
we started watching Parks and Recs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Parks and Rec's always gonna have a soft spot in our heart for
I think I'm gonna leave. Yeah, I'm
but
gonna
Brooklyn
leave.
Nine-Nine is good too. Like, I tried to get you into Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I don't think you ever got into Brooklyn Nine-Nine as much as I was into. But Brooklyn Nine-Nine is synonymous for, or I don't even know if I'm saying the fucking word right. But there was two things. When I went through a bad breakup one time, you know, when I was a whole 6 months or a year, whatever, when I was just lost in the cosmos before
6
you
months.
saved me. There was two things: Assassin's Creed Origins, the game, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine. I sunk my life into those two things to help me get rid of, you know, any negative thoughts or, you know, bad feelings and stuff. So Brooklyn Nine-Nine too always has a soft spot in my heart.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
But what's more important?
Okay, what's your choice?
I'm gonna say The Office.
Let's say Office.
I'm gonna say The Office because to me that resonates with. I got into that. Oh, I got into The Office like when it was just me and you. And then I continued to watch The Office when it was just me and you. Plus, I had a little belly. And she was in my stomach. So, I'm going to say The Office because it resonates with both parts of my life that include you. When it was just me and you, and then it was just me and you pregnant.
Nice, okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to eat some more of this because you're not eating it.
Okay.
But I just want another bite.
So, what would you say?
I'll say The Office.
You resonate with all of them.
The Office.
Because do you remember specifically there was like one night when like literally like I was spending the night at your house and we were like, we need to start watching The Office. You remember that?
We watched the first episode of The Office together.
Uh-huh.
And we were like, what the is this show?
We were so confused.
We were like, this is garbage.
Yep.
Like, what is this show? This is so weird. So, and then we didn't even talk about it. And then a week later, you were like, I just finished like the first 2 seasons of The Office. And I was like, wait, what? Or like the first season. You were like, it's so good after.
Yeah.
And I was like, wait, what? And then we started watching it again. And we're like, oh shit, this is good.
Yeah.
And then we watched it 100 other times.
Yep. Exactly what he just said.
Yeah.
I don't even have to elaborate because
Yeah.
literally what you just said.
So The
Yes.
Office wins.
The Office is
The Office
the
is
winner.
the Office. I think is the undefeated most best sitcom of all time. And if you don't understand The Office, or you don't get The Office, or you don't like The Office, there's many ways you don't literally have to work in an office to understand it. But like if you worked any job, like I relate to that when I worked at an LP, like any job that requires any typical, like, you know, balance of paperwork and, you know, people that you have and you know, talk to all the time and like anything like that. Like you know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah,
You'll
for
understand it and you'll get all the humor. And I feel like The Office plays on humor that like nobody else has ever played. Our cat is fucking go crazy.
She has the zoomies.
The Office plays on humor that like you don't even think about. Like it's like like things you never see in other shows, like real life things, like, oh yeah, there is that type of person, or there's this type of person, or there is that situation where that happens. I feel like The Office covers it all.
Yes. And I would say too that like literally if you're one of those people out there that is literally not grown up and is like, oh, I don't like The Office, oh, but also on the other hand, I've never gotten past the first season, like, grow up.
Yes.
Get through the first season and you'll be good.
It's like people who don't like Rick and Morty. It's like The Office takes an advanced sense of humor to understand it.
Yep, I'd say so. Yep.
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. Advanced sense of humor. So.
Wow. That was a good one. Took us like 3 hours to go through that list in reality, but,
But it was worth it.
But technically, we're going to cut it down to however long this segment is. But it took
15 minutes?
Yeah. Like 15, 20-minute segment. In reality, it took 2 hours. So, hit up Patreon. Patreon.com/CayVin or CayVin.com. Buy some merch.
Yeah.
Let's get into...
Save that for the end.
Okay. Let's get into real reactions.
Yeah.
So this obviously happened. You may have seen this before. This video of this guy's extremely failed attempt at a robbery. You've probably seen this before. It's been a while, but we haven't talked about it. Yeah. I want to play it one more time because did the phone just ring? I never noticed that. The phone rang while this guy is in there saying, give me the money. The guy answers and goes, hello?
Okay, I didn't notice that. And as we rewatch it,
what were you gonna say?
Hello. I was gonna say that we can keep watching, but the lady, you can keep playing it. The lady sitting next to what looks like her daughter just gets up and like abandons her.
No, I don't think that's her daughter. That's like a different race and it's sitting next to her.
Okay, I was gonna say, because it's kind of messed up, but this is like robbery for dummies.
I don't think, like, I tried to find whatever happened to this guy, but I don't think anything ever happened because...
No, this was not even a real robbery.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, that's not her daughter. That's a straight up Asian lady sitting next to her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I really couldn't tell.
Yeah, you think that's her daughter? That lady next to her looks older than her.
I can't tell.
Oh my god, it's hilarious. Let's just move on to the next video.
Mind you, I wear prescription glasses, so
I'm not even wearing them right now.
I know, and I'm actually nearsighted, so I can't see far away. So apologies.
Yeah, because amongst the 2-hour hiatus that we took in between when our camera shut off, you switched from your normal glasses to shades. You look like past Vinny over here.
I know.
I used to wear my Ray-Bans on the podcast until I grew up.
For reference, I'm nearsighted, so I cannot see far. So I apologize for that. But that's just hilarious.
Oh my god, I've seen this.
Really?
It's so bad. This kid on this dangerous slide, and oh my god, he scorched his neck. Did you watch? I seen this, and I read the comments, and I lost all faith in humanity.
Why? What did the comments
say? Because immediately I feel for this poor kid on this poor slide, just trying to have fun, and he practically looked like he almost broke his neck. And everyone in the comments are like, it's okay, he's ginger. Nobody cares because this kid is ginger.
Okay, Eric Cartman.
Right? Like
why are you so focused on the fact?
Gingers.
Literally, the ginger cow.
The ginger cow.
It's so funny. No,
the ginger gene is a curse.
No, but literally, before you move on to the next one, I just wanted
vampires.
I just wanted to plug on this one. So I watched a different video, and I saw that this mom was like concerned because like her daughter was like got like 2nd-degree burns on her hands because she was at a park and there was like metal slides. Like, why does that even exist anymore in the heat that we have right now? Why do parks have metal slides?
That's and I don't even answer that.
Yeah,
because metals. Yeah, it was. Yeah, one slide's gonna burn the crap out of you, and the other slide's gonna either give you static or have something like that happen.
Yes, CayVin petition to remove metal slides.
No more metal slides. It's gonna be your new thing. No more metal slides in the world.
Yeah. Do you remember the day that, like, literally, like, I was passing by you, and when we worked at HEB, and I was passing by you, and I was like, I'm headed out, but I'm on my way to the Driscoll emergency room because my brother just swallowed a bottle cap.
Yes, I remember that. When
Like,
I was like, is everything okay? You're like, my brother just swallowed a bottle cap.
What an idiot. Literally, I spent my entire night with my mom in the freaking children emergency room because my brother was...
out?
Huh?
How'd they get it out?
He had to pass it.
What? You had to shit it out?
Uh-huh. He had to pass it because they couldn't get it out. They weren't going to do surgery.
Loser.
Yeah. No, literally. We literally went from the urgent care to literally the children's hospital, and they just for us to tell us by the time the night was almost over, like, oh yeah, he just has to pass it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Who does that?
I don't know. Idiots.
Oh, that's hilarious. Oh!
And that's what you get for showing off, people. That's what you get for showing off. Yeah.
I hate that.
You hate motorcycles?
Just people like that. Like,
Yeah.
It's like you want to feel bad for them because that's such a crazy...
Yeah. But if you can... For audio listeners, I know you can hear when literally... you can hear, like, the acceleration from, mind you, like, from the vehicle next to, like, the motorcycle. You can hear the acceleration, and he's just trying to show off, and really doesn't.
That's why, like, honestly, I've never been into cars. I've never really, like, when you're little, you think you want to be into motorcycles, but then, like, my mom always had a rule, like, you can't get a motorcycle until you're 25. And I think she knew, because by the time I'm 25, I'm like, I don't want to fuck a motorcycle. Like, I've never been into any of that because, like, it all just leads to you just showing off, and then what happens when you try to show off? It leads to shit like this. Like, that's...
He's really lucky that he fucking walked away at the end of this.
Yeah. I just,
He stood up. Yeah.
What the fuck? That's why, like, I you know, if I became a millionaire tomorrow, I would ever buy a sports car because all that leads to is people wanting to race you and shit like this, and then it's like, it's just not.
Yeah, it's like if you want a sports car, especially like if you're like older age, like I think you're just like basically just wanting attention.
No, well, there's those people like I have a respect for people when I see people like they're like, you know, you see older dudes that are like 60 or 70 or like with the Corvette. It's like they probably worked all their lives to try to get their dream car. So I respect that. But if you're the stupid kid that, like, you know, you freaking are able to get your sports car because your parents sign off on it, this is the stupid shit that you're going to do. Yeah. You know, and it's just, and then you're going to cause somebody to and try to race you with their motorcycle. You know, probably this only dude's mode, you know, of transportation, and it just wrecked.
Can you imagine like that car looking back in their rearview mirror, like, yeah, that's what you get.
It's just bad. Like I said, but the car shows, like, it's just bad no matter what we see. We just live in a society today where it's all about what you have and, you know, how cool you look. Right. And, you know, sometimes it ends up like that, and it's just like, eee.
Yeah. Literally.
We're talking about how we missed our daughter, and here she is.
her debut.
Her debut.
The back of her head debut.
Yeah, we'll just keep it with the back of her head.
Yeah. She wants to look at me though.
Okay.
I love you.
What is going on here? Oh my god, this reminds me when I worked at Planet Fitness.
I know, that's why I literally wanted to put this on here, because I knew you'd probably have a story or two. But literally, like, whose grandma is this?
Oh my god, I would see shit like this at Planet Fitness. Like, Planet Fitness is like, people try to go in there, people this age, men or women, try to go in there and think they have a new, innovative way of working out. But honestly, this isn't even the craziest thing. If I could say the craziest thing I've seen is people in the gym with weights. They have like 5, 10, 15-pound weights, and they like are shadow boxing in the mirror with weights. It's like
embarrassing.
Like, you're not even in a boxing gym. You're in the cheapest gym you could ever be in, and you're over here shadow boxing with weights. Like, what is wrong?
They're
with
over
you?
Here at the freaking Planet Fitness when they think they're freaking auditioning for Dana White.
Yeah, they think they're at the UFC gym, and they're over here shadow boxing with weights.
Oh my god!
Like, what is going on? What is going on?
I like how we said that we weren't going to show her face, yet she literally can't help herself.
I know.
You're looking at the camera, baby.
What's the rant of the week tonight, babe?
Okay, so rant of the week. This one has been a long time coming because we've been dealing with this for a long time. Rant of the week, Spotify.
We've had our fair share of talking about YouTube. Now we're gonna talk about Spotify. You keep headbutting me.
What do you gotta say?
Get your shit together, Spotify. Okay,
Literally.
I'm tired of trying to watch the Joe Rogan Experience and it pauses every 5 minutes because you don't have your streaming shit together. I'm sorry. Cover your ears, baby. I'm sorry.
It's not much of an experience if you ask me. Literally, like, we're trying to just, like, enjoy our freaking evening, and Spotify has to, like, pause in, like, the most freaking, like, randomest times. Like, we're literally in the middle of freaking it's like it knows too, because it's like when we literally, like, are enjoying, like, a part and it has to, like, pause. And what I think one thing that you notice is that the app doesn't really work as well as the website, but then we realize that the website is still shitty also, so it's like you really can't win.
Yeah, Spotify, they pay Joe Rogan $100 million to switch his podcast, but they won't even pay anything to freaking fix their servers. Fix your servers, Spotify.
Yeah.
Okay, we want to enjoy, the joy. And for that thing, YouTube is actually innovative because they have chapters and they have things like you watch a whole freaking 4-hour Joe Rogan Experience podcast and there's no chapters, nowhere to freaking, know where you're at, and then it freezes, so you have to exit out of it, and then when you go back into it, it starts the whole episode all over again, and you're like, where was I at in this 4-hour podcast? Get your stuff together, Spotify.
The explicit version for the little baby.
Get your stuff together, okay? This is pooey.
Yeah,
this is pooey, Spotify. Stop being pooey. Say hey, Spotify the pooey.
Yeah.
The pooey.
Yeah.
They're the pooey.
Like, what the freak?
But our baby's awake, so we got to get out of here, people. They're hitting our music. Thank you so much for joining us. And anything else, babe?
No, I just want little baby. Yeah, give it a little baby. I love you. Bye, guys.